You're listening to the New Old Heads podcast, shot live every Tuesday at twitch.tv/newoldheads and released every Thursday at noon via bringingdowntheband.com. The show is brought to you by Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the show directly by becoming a member at patreon.com/newoldheads.
You're now tuned into the New Old Heads podcast. I am Major 7th. The entire crew is here. Starting off with my man Jay Moore. How are you, sir?
Blessed and highly vaccinated. Glad to be back after a week off. You know how it goes.
Okay. Out there living your life. We see you.
Yeah, I had to do it. Shout out to everybody who made it to the Take That Tuesday anniversary.
That's what's up.
Good times.
Longevity, how are you, sir?
Kicking and flying and flapping and stuff. Nah, I'm doing all right. Thanks for asking.
Kicking and flying and
Flapping and stuff.
Yeah, you might want to keep that. We can work on that. My man DJ Jay Diff, what's happening, man?
Salutations.
How's everything with you?
Everything's swell.
Okay, seen you out there getting I seen you out there getting a crowd full of people lit in your bag. I see you.
Yeah. There's other things in the bag.
Well,
Records.
Yeah, records. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. Yeah, that's what's in the bag. He keep records in his bag too, just in case. I feel you.
You never know when you gotta. You remember the 𝗀𝗚 video? Me, myself, and I were through the record in the classroom.
Yes, sir.
You never know when you gotta split somebody's wig with a record.
I feel you.
Splittage.
My man Red August is back in the building. Now I can say, I didn't say everybody's here, but he's here now.
Yeah, you did.
Did I? Okay. Well, hi, Red August. How are you? You can't speak. Never mind. Good to see you, brother. Shout out to the chat as well. All right, man. Let's go ahead and jump into the rundown. So fresh off the Grammys, I enjoyed, and I really enjoyed this, by the way. Tyler the Creator won Best Rap Album, and he immediately went on to his live. Well, I'm not gonna say immediately, but he went and trolled DJ Khaled, and we know the story. Mm-hmm. We know how DJ Khaled was saying
he's the best, though.
He's the best, and the music I make is for the radio, it's for the barbershops, it's for the cars. People actually listen to it, and it's not any mysterious type of stuff, is what he said.
Well, he said that about Igor.
Yeah, but saying I'm leading into how we got here. But
mysterious type of stuff.
Yeah.
Tyler actually,
interesting way to put it.
Right. Tyler actually tweeted blessed, because Khaled always says he's blessed. He tweeted blessed a couple times, and then he tweeted something to the effect of, how about that mysterious music? And then there was a quote where he says, let me make sure I read this right. He continued by saying, and I want to thank you, DJ Khaled. I know you're seething and angry and saying, no one listens to that album. These arena tours that are selling out say different. And if you put that much energy into something, maybe everyone will be proud of you too. So, and then I love
Shots
that he
fired.
did this. I love that he did this. But we've had a conversation about Khaled, so you know where we are on that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think about him saying that from the standpoint of holding artists accountable to be better? I like that, because he's calling him out like, fam, do better. That's the way I took it. I love it.
Khaled need to try to get Tyler on his album.
Do you think that'd ever happen?
It probably won't happen, but I'm saying, if he wants to work that formula the way he's been doing it, the way it's looking, he needs to get Tyler the Creator on one of those albums.
Yeah, Tyler said the arena tour is saying otherwise.
Yeah, I've seen
Nobody
footage.
rides around listening to Tyler the Creator.
I don't know.
Somebody doing something. What the old folks say, he doing something right. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Look, man, this man won a Grammy off a drama mixtape.
Man, how tough is that?
Pretty much.
A Gangsta Grills.
And I'm not even
gonna
gonna say it was. I'm not gonna say it was my favorite album. It was definitely one of the top albums of last year, though. I'm not gonna take that away.
What was in the category? Donda,
King's Disease 2.
King's Disease 2.
I would have gave it to Nas.
Nah, I had Tyler. Tyler was.
I would have gave it to Nas.
Tyler was my pick. What were you gonna say, Jay Moore?
No, I mean, it was one of those times where I felt like the Grammys did get it right.
Yeah.
I really like King's Disease 2. It's an album I still listen to, but I still listen to Tyler's.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been mad if they gave it to J. Cole.
No, I wouldn't have been mad. Honestly, this was a good showing as far as the albums that were nominated.
Yeah.
I would have been more surprised if Kanye had won it.
Yeah.
Out of everybody that was
gave it to
listed.
Donda, I'd been like, yeah.
Yeah. I actually messed with that album, but out of those albums, I think that
that was the weakest link.
It could have been up in there for Nas, J. Cole, or Tyler, like you said.
And I know we talked about this last year. We probably talked about it every year that we've talked about the Grammys on this show. Here it is once again. hip hop being the top streaming genre.
Right.
And
And
not
when you talk about what is driving the industry, it is streaming. It's not sales. It's not anything physical. It is streams. And once again, Tyler basically had to do his acceptance speech at a concert. And,
I think he was just somewhere kicking
or somewhere kicking it, regardless of where he was.
Yeah.
He should have been
on four-wheelers.
He should have had the opportunity to make that speech at the Grammy stage, not to take away from anybody else who was able to get on stage and do whatever. But once again, it just shows a.
Did he not want to be there?
I don't know if he wasn't there or not, but it's like, because there were other artists who were nominated who had the opportunity to win, who should have had the opportunity had they won to be on stage
and perform.
Not just perform. Performance is one thing, but here it is,
about the acceptance.
best rap album.
Yeah,
it should always be televised. I don't care, what the circumstances are, as long as if that's the top streaming,
it's the money maker
genre, and that's like really hip hop is what's driving the revenue, whether it be pop rap. I know you guys talked a little about Doja Cat last week, and where she fits in the category of
she
hip hop.
got a pop award,
but here it is. I was glad that Doja and SZA got a chance to be on stage and accept their award. But here it is, and that was great. But I still think it's disrespectful for them not to have hip hop or rap album of the year, a situation where it's a pre-show award.
Yeah, that's whack.
Yeah, that's
Baby King was the only rap artist that got to go up and accept an award.
Yeah, for best song or whatever.
Something like
shout
that.
out to Kendrick.
But shout out to him, and like at least they kind of but like. Wouldn't you want the person who won the album, the cumulative album, to be on stage as opposed to the person who had a hot song? Nothing against either. I'd love to see them both.
Yeah.
But
I would have much rather had Tyler if he chose to be there, like you said. I
want
to see him accept.
Last year, I would have loved to see Nas be able to accept his award.
Tyler got one last year.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. To his point, it was
Igor. Was Igor last year or the year before?
He got something last year.
Yeah, but for this award,
was it 2 years ago?
Because remember, he won for rap album, and he was like, I'm glad, but my album's not really
a rap album.
Not really rap.
Yeah, maybe it was 2 years ago. I don't know.
Because there was a whole controversy about that, and he addressed it backstage.
Well, we talked about it. That's why I thought it was last year.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody who won. Honestly, a lot of times I watch these award shows, I'll be like, yeah, whatever. But then there was actual surprises. I didn't expect the John Baptiste, am I saying it right? I don't know.
I still don't know if that's the right
I
way.
thought they were going to give it to Billie Eilish because I just feel like that's the time they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. It's like, hey, default. Sometimes there's just default Grammys given, and I felt like
that's
Billie
the way.
Eilish was or
never heard that album.
Me neither.
Honestly, I thought he was just the band leader for the nightly show, whatever show it is with Stephen Colbert.
Stephen Colbert.
I've heard more about him in the last 3 or 4 days than I've heard anything about him previously total.
Yeah.
But and that's sometimes I have cultural blind spots. I can admit that. Like sometimes these people
I've heard of him. I've never heard his music.
He just looked familiar. Like when I seen him, I'm like, I know him from somewhere, but it's not from this album that he just won album of the year for.
It makes me want to listen to it.
I dug his performance. I thought that was dope. I was like, okay, well,
I don't know. It makes me not care even more.
All right, Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky.
I don't care.
I might give it. I might give it a run. Long. I'm gonna give it a run.
But
I don't mean that in the sense of his album specifically. I mean like
the Grammys.
I don't care about the Grammys anymore.
Consistently. Yeah.
No, like they've done enough to just
go away.
Just
whatever that is,
float on by.
Well, Nas had a very good performance.
He did.
The Grammys.
Yeah.
Long,
good for people that won. Good for people that won. Good for people that care about it. But
did you see Nas' performance?
No, I didn't see any of this.
Oh, okay. I know you.
I heard that Tyler won, and I heard that Tyler trolled Khaled or Khaled or whatever his name is.
We the best.
Yeah, we the best. And outside of that, I didn't really. I saw the Doja Cat and SZA won.
Yeah.
And so some of the stuff I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, Cardi B quit social media because she was mad that people expected her to be there, and she pretty much was like, look, if I'm not promoting an album and I'm not performing, then I have no reason to be at the Grammys. And y'all shouldn't worry about whether I'm supposed to be there or not.
Yeah. No, for sure though.
Yeah. She right on that.
It was cool to see like some other people. you know, we still, regardless, we still put so much credence. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for?
Validity.
Validity on the Grammys. You know, it was cool to see Jake won there. He didn't win anything this time, but he was nominated, I think, 3 times.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know, I saw your guy from Chicago, Nascent, was
Yeah, he won. Yeah, shout out to the homie Nascent.
But that was from a Donda record, right?
Yeah, he has co-production credits on that. So salute to the homie, man. We've known him for years, and he's worked his way out there and got him a Grammy, man. So congrats, bro.
Did you everyone see that there's a group of a white band that won the best reggae album?
Yeah, I saw the picture. The picture was hilarious.
I listened to one of the songs that they suggested, and it sounded just like what a white band that does reggae would sound like. I was like, oh no.
You got me want to listen to it.
I was like,
man.
oh no, it sounds just
It was like
it sounds like their picture, huh?
It's like pop reggae. I don't know.
who was the reggae group back in the day that said the red wine? They was like a white
UB40.
UB40.
There it is.
I don't think I don't know. Maybe they won. I don't know.
I heard they were just as bad.
Yeah.
So
When I saw the picture, I bust out laughing. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, yeah.
I just want to listen to it to hear some Blux and the.
You think it's any in there?
I don't know. I want to see.
I don't think so. You know,
So
I saw
Can
my.
you 𝗪𝗙 wine to?
See if there might be a few dubs on there.
I got an uncle by marriage who's a reggae DJ and artist.
Yeah.
And so I always listen to like.
I'm curious to see what he think.
He was just like, whatever.
Oh yeah.
He's like, whatever. You know.
I'll check it out though.
You saw the picture up, and you're like, oh,
They
Yeah.
were like a country group.
I mean, he said, well, Bob Marley, you know, he had mixed kids or something, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, well,
Are they from Jamaica?
Kansas.
there's like I don't know, there's like 9 of them. I don't know anything about this group except the fact that they sound like
Where they
corny
from?
reggae.
Where they from? Red August, Iowa.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'll look at. Maybe we'll give it some run.
Maybe
or-
they have a good song on there. I don't know.
It might
figure it out. Let's
Hey,
figure
it
it
might
out.
be some heat. Far be it. I don't know. So I can't.
I ain't gonna pass judgment till I hear it.
I'm going off the photo.
It was
Because
interesting
The
to see
single
though.
that I heard was not it though. It was something about rain. I don't know.
I don't know.
Red rain maybe instead of red wine.
Red
I don't know.
wine.
Something about rain though.
Oh.
It was like, oh,
You're not selling this.
oh,
Yo,
life
if any,
is hard. There's some rain.
yo, if there's any reggae song out there that sounds like, oh, we don't want that, man.
Was it acid rain?
What was the name of this group? It's like Salo or something, or Sajo, or
I don't know, man. I just laughed at the picture. You know, what's going to happen is, I'm just going to come back
Just look
around.
at white reggae winners.
Yeah. If something's going to pop up.
Soldier. Oh, like the soldier.
Oh wow!
SOJA.
Let's see, where are they from?
Let's see.
Topeka, Kansas.
Arlington, Virginia.
There we go.
wow.
There we
Okay.
go.
Because when I think reggae and dance hall, I think Arlington. You know what? I'm not going to say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Because you know what? When you think reggae and dance hall, do you think Indianapolis, Indiana?
You don't.
Would have a 26-year-old party.
Yeah. You know, and when you say of hip hop, and we've had a hip hop festival, and we got one of the longest running, hip hop nights. So I'm not going to.
But are they
I'm
playing any of that Soulja on Sunday nights?
No, I don't
Long
think.
say- what's the
we've
name of the
worked any
group,
that.
All right, see.
Soldier.
And maybe Arlington, Virginia's got a scene, and we just
Maybe
don't
they
know.
They might.
So
Soldier Warriors.
Oh, man.
Boot scoop
Can't wait to
boogie.
see the TikTok comments on this one, man. Oh, man,
I don't know,
it's
but you
gonna
know
be
what? And
interesting.
this is. I mean, are they going to? Are the people who are critical going to have that same energy, say at the CMT Awards next week? Because there's this real upswing of African American country artists.
Oh, word?
Yeah, you got to pay attention.
Okay, I'm
I mean, you can
sleep.
be from down south, deep down south, though.
But you know,
I
that's
know white people from Jamaica.
yeah, that's
true,
why I was
true.
wondering if they was from Jamaica.
and then you got to understand, like even back in the day, Ray Charles had his country album, and our
It
friend
slapped, though, didn't it?
Charlie Pride, shout
Yeah,
out to
Charlie Pride was. Yeah, he was
a pioneer
prominent out there.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it, man. I ain't going to say shout out, but
Born in Babylon.
Okay.
stop
Babylon.
talking like that, man. Stop talking like that, man.
True love.
Informer.
Rasta courage.
Oh, that's Snow, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They keep boom, boom, down.
What's wrong with him, man?
Look out
Yeah,
for
boom,
Lone.
boom,
He's gonna have
down.
his reggae mixtape is coming out real soon.
Oh,
It's gonna be called
I'm
Sky.
gonna sell it with my barbecue
Skievity.
sauce.
𝗀𝗡𝗄𝗧.
Skievity.
Oh, you sell that comes with the barbecue sauce?
Yeah, Lonegevity.
Yo.
No, I just
God,
watched. Who's the guy from Saturday Night Live that was in Lonely Island? Sandberg guy.
Adam
Sandberg, and he does all the spoofs or whatever. I just watched his. He has a one where he's a white reggae guy and he's walking around doing a whole bunch of stupid stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's stuck in my head. So
Well, at the end of the day, Tyler
he was like smelling his locks.
Tyler trolling Khaled always works for me. I hope he continues to apply pressure.
Nah, for
And we're rooting for you, Tyler. I hope you keep winning and it makes him mad. It works for me.
But once again, what's really the point of radio? Is there people on the radio 15 times a day and they are not doing arena tours?
You know, he was so confident a couple years ago when he was talking about the barbershops and the radio and people drive by in their cars and everybody listens to it. I make music like that.
Man, I ain't. Honestly,
That's the worst.
I've
DJ
never
Khaled
seen anybody.
impression
I've never heard people driving by listening to a whole DJ Khaled album.
Because he doesn't make albums.
No, he does.
No, he makes compilations. Those
Compilations,
aren't albums.
but still.
Yeah. Those are compilations.
Yeah.
Yeah. 65 people
I just
on
think
a
it's
25
the one thing.
track album.
The one thing I'll say about it is I think it's pretty awesome that Tyler already addressed this in the past, but the fact that he went out of his way to go even further
Let
into
me say it again.
True.
is
For the people in the back that didn't
is
hear.
great.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody being mysterious out there making art.
Serious music.
He said, like he said, man, arena tours is.
Khaled's still out here,
Oh, he eating.
making Instagram videos with his shirt off and all this
Oh,
stuff.
he eating now. But
Yeah, he's definitely eating.
Yeah. Remember when the pandemic hit and they couldn't get haircuts and Legion dyes?
looked a little different.
Remember when how they was looking on Instagram and Snapchat or whatever?
Look, all I know
Fam looked like Castaway.
Look,
Man.
all I know is DJ Khaled somehow had an endorsement deal with Weight Watchers and never lost
knew
any
you was
weight.
gonna say that. I knew you was
Did
gonna
he
say
really?
Yeah, I mean, he was out there like, if I eat this
wasn't.
cookie, is that how many points is that? And it's like that's like most of your points for the day.
He had hit all
And
his
like,
points.
all right, what it is, what it
He
is.
had
What
hit
if I
all
eat
his
2
points by
bags?
10.
Yeah.
10 in the morning.
And
So shout out to him for even brokering a deal with no intention of losing any weight.
Trey Morrison said, "That's almost all your points for the day."
Shoot, Oprah was getting that paper from Weight Watchers back in the day, and she was losing the weight.
True.
Yeah, that's different.
Who you say?
Oprah.
Okay. All right.
Screw this tofu. I need a steak on my plate.
All right, man. Let's.
Who said that?
Got me.
I mean, there was curse words involved, but Fonte.
Yeah, I was going to say Fonte.
Speaking of Fonte, nice lead in there, Lone. Appreciate you. Let's go into the next topic. I saw this on Instagram. Little brother announced that they're going to do a documentary. He made the Lord watch Little Brother's story. I got hype when I saw the trailer. You know, I'm Team UBN. Been following them, Chitlin Circuit, all that. So I would say it's fair to say this is a pro Little Brother show. So we rock with them. When I saw the trailer, they had some footage that I hadn't seen, so I'm excited about that. But is there anything that jumps out to you all that you hope is in the documentary, or is there certain things that
I have no idea what it's about.
it's just from what I understand, it chronicles the footage
Probably
that I
going to
saw
be similar
was
to the Tribe Called Quest.
yeah,
I don't remember that doc for some reason.
Yeah. I
the
mean,
Rappaport joint.
it's probably just going to have some backstory, probably some live footage, of
There's
course.
old footage.
Probably
though.
going to be some arguments. Just,
Yeah.
I don't have any expectations. I just want to see
I don't either.
it.
Okay.
I'm
At the
kind
end
of the
of the day.
same. I'm just curious, like if it's going to document like all the way back, or if it's just going to be kind of something kind of recent from the time that they had their last project and Ninth was not involved. You know, like from there up, or
Well, there's a couple ways they could do it because remember they had that pop-up performance where they all got back together.
Mm-hmm.
That was in
yeah, which brought everything back, right. Yeah.
And there was a small little doc that came out, maybe 10, 11 minutes, about how that show came together. So in the trailer, there's old performance footage. There's them in a record store. And to Terry's point, it looks like it's a heated conversation that was about to start between Ninth and somebody else. For me personally, I would like to see the footage of the creative process for them. I've never really seen them around each other, Ninth in front of, Fruity Loops or whatever, and them kind of going through concepts. that's one thing that jumped out to me. I would hope there's some footage like that. May not be, but their creative process, I've never really seen it, so I don't know, how they get down in the studio. That's one of the things that jumped out to me that I hope will be on
they
there.
talked about it a little bit when they were talking about how May the Lord Watch came about.
True.
The more modern day, without Ninth, but Ninth hasn't been a part of it for so long. Ninth's been not a part of it longer than
He was a part of it.
How many
So,
albums?
I mean,
They had what, 3?
It was
Left
only
Back,
really
Get Back.
2.
Is without
it was
him.
like 2 and change.
No.
Yeah.
They had some mixtapes and stuff, which was with other producers and stuff too. But I don't know.
I think it's up to 3 without.
Yeah.
With him being a full-time member, I really only count the listening and the minstrel show.
In the minstrel
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Because after that, they I think he had like one song on the next one. That was
Yeah.
the one with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And then
He had a couple joints on Charity Starts at Home too. I think.
Yeah.
He had
Well,
a
that's
couple
not
joints.
a little brother album.
Well, yeah, you're right. I'm
Yeah.
I'm thinking
because he had Fonte on his own solo album too.
True.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm thinking just cumulative. You're right.
yeah, I'm to be honest, I'm with Terry. Like I don't really care.
No expectations.
Nah, I'll be ready to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay, I got hype when I saw
I mean,
the
they're like
trailer.
my favorite group and my favorite rapper, and
Yeah.
so I'm on board.
I need to get some UBN merch, man. Every time I go online, it's sold out.
I
Though.
kind of wish I bought that signed record when I saw
Man,
it.
you remember the gold?
I tried to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terry tried.
I saw it at like 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
I tried to get that mug.
It's too expensive for me.
It is.
It was like $100, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
How many?
It's too rich for mine too, but I just wanted it.
That's
Well, I
what-
mean,
granted,
And if it was there, I would have copped.
Well, I mean, with the documentary, as much as I know, some people like to see people like tapping out stuff on the SPC and
I don't really
see,
care about
I-
that.
NPC,
that's
so-
or MP. Look, see,
It's
man.
all right. Don't worry about it. I got you.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
I got you.
No, we don't, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
Um,
about. Yeah, it's
no,
all right.
Pressing them buttons.
I think that I'm more interested, like as much as I like that behind the scenes, like Q-Tip pulling out the record during
That
the
was
beats,
dope.
but I was more interested in seeing the personal dynamic
Me
between.
too. I think that's
it
too.
made me sad to a certain point to realize, like, hey, because they weren't a manufactured group. These
Nah,
are
they
guys.
was for real brothers.
These are guys that had
grew
known
up
each other
together.
since they was kids.
True.
And they just happened to share a love for hip hop, and that manifested itself into them being in a group, sort of like how Little Brother was. These are guys who all met in college, and
Yeah.
literally, Fonte says, "Hey, I saw Big Pooh like walking with a copy of The Source,"
Yeah.
and like it was on after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Pooh didn't even like rap in the beginning. I don't think.
He's like half in, half out. Yeah.
He was still
Sort of like
developing
Five
his
Dog.
skills.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm more interested to see how it fell apart, and then see how it came together. Kinda.
Yeah.
It's the personal dynamic that I think I'm more interested in because, as
They've been quiet about it too.
I mean,
This is my
Fonte
first time
said
seeing anything about it.
a few things about like, because originally, Ninth Wonder, they were talking about having him be a part of, the last album, but he was like, look, if you're going to be a member, we want you to be a member and not just pop up for festivals and all the fun
Well,
stuff.
plus I
respect that,
Plus,
too.
I think he said he wanted to produce everything.
He wanted
too.
to do all the beats, and Fonte openly said some of the beats just wasn't working, and Pooh jumped out and was like, it was the first time where I ever was like, no, I don't like it, and I'm not going. Like
Yeah.
they were open about that.
I also too to that. I'd be curious. Man, I completely lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
That's all good. Whatever. Never mind.
Well, no, I just think that those are it's the unanswered questions. Like, I mean, the thing is, they could do. Michael Bivins talked about how like he would love to do a show about groups and the dynamic of why they can't do certain things.
Yeah.
And like you could do this show. There's several seasons of that. Be like
That could be the unsung 2.0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just focusing on groups and why the living members at least cannot figure it out. Why
It's hard, man.
Why
It is.
why are
As
we
somebody
just
that's been in groups, it's super hard.
why are we just now seeing Jodeci get back out there?
Something happened.
What was the problem with
Well, they had an album a few years back that just didn't pop off though. Jodeci did.
I mean, it did
Must
have
not have.
it did, but you know what? Based on nostalgia alone,
Yeah.
just think about all these nostalgia tours where it's people who don't even have a new album to promote, and they're able to go out here and get money. Jodeci, like other than them being on this New Edition tour, we haven't seen them really all together since 1996.
Nah, well, drugs are bad.
Well, you know,
Very bad.
But you know what? There's a lot of dynamics because, you know, if you got that kind of habit, you know, sometimes you'd be like, all right, let me get back on the road.
Yeah.
You know,
Hey, they eating off that culture tour though. Be
So
clear.
So what I was gonna say is,
so I'd love to see that, find out what the dynamic is with Little Brother.
that they I believe in the documentary there's a part where Fonte's saying like, well, if you want a word in it, then say say something in there.
Right.
I don't know what he said exactly, but it's almost, I was like, oh, who is he talking to? You know, like,
Right,
is he talking about Ninth or is he talking about some other random
That's
person?
what it kind of
Feature, maybe?
alluded to,
Yeah.
that he was talking about Knife.
Yeah.
Remember, I had an idea. I had talked to Lone about it years ago. I was going to try to secretly get Big Little Brother together
Yeah.
by booking them both at the same time
Oh
on
man.
the same show, but they
Wow.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Look,
Book Foreign Exchange with rapper Big Pooh and then
Yeah.
Ninth wanted to do a set.
Bruh.
let me tell you something. I remember being when Fonte was at the Jazz Kitchen.
Yeah.
That was a good show.
But I just remember like when I want to say it was Metronome who was DJing, and he would play like something from Little Brother, and like at that point, Fonte was so done with the concept of Little Brother. He was just,
What was
it's
his reaction
he,
like?
It was like he
Make
kind
him
of
cringe.
he literally cringed when those records came on because
Dang.
he was here with you know promoting Foreign Exchange and
Yeah.
𝗂𝗄𝗏.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so he wasn't in the he was so far away from caring at that
Yeah.
point about anything he had done with Little Brother that it was kind of painful for him to hear those songs.
Plus,
They've come a long way, man.
I've heard him talk about it too, and a lot of artists feel this way. But like hearing your old material sometimes, just like sometimes it'll make you cringe, even if
Yeah.
people still hold on to it in like a positive light.
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's true.
But you know,
When I hear people like talk about frozen liquor, I'm just like, ugh.
but you also know your perspective is unique because you were there making those records. So it's not only
Nah,
gonna
for
give
sure.
it's double nostalgia for you
Yeah.
when you were making it and hearing yourself 10, 15
Yeah,
years
The
ago.
thing with Little Brother too is if anybody is unsung is that group, because they had, I think they just came in at the wrong time because they actually had a small machine behind them.
Atlantic Machine.
Yeah, and then OK Player co-signed them. Questlove, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you were on the boards, you think that during that time wasn't nothing bigger than Little Brother.
Come on, that's what I'm saying. It's like they are the true unsung group that never actually reaped the benefits of their hype. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're still good, though, it wasn't.
I think
It wasn't the fact that they didn't live up to the hype.
Right.
It's just that when they came in, that hype or their style just wasn't at the forefront of hip hop at the time.
People were like, "Yeah, that's cool. I want to hear another Mike Jones record."
Yeah, where's
think-
Young Jock?
I think they did I think they did all the members of the group. I think they did a very good job of using it as a platform, like Little Brother as a platform to do
Their own thing.
their own kind of thing
Yeah.
in their
Yeah.
own way. You know, like when you think of Ninth into 𝗀𝗟𝗏, you think of Fonte into Foreign Exchange, which was arguably just as big for a while.
Yeah.
You know
They
what I
had
mean?
a wave.
And
They
then
had a wave.
then Pooh he's got a lot of records out that are really good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
have his
Foreign
own- he got
Exchange
his
was
own
able
label,
to tap into that overseas
And he's managing artists
fan
too.
base too, with
Yeah.
Nicolay being a part of it.
Yeah. Yep. I remember when Nicolay shared our picture.
Yeah,
Oh, y'all killed them that night. I'll never forget that. Yeah,
He
y'all-
followed me after that too.
did he?
Yeah, y'all killed them that night. I remember that.
Nicolay is very responsive online.
He is.
honestly.
He's I remember back in, this is a random old story that some people might remember, but actually I don't think I've ever told this before. This is like in the group that I was in called Quality in like 2005, 6, 7-ish, way
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So we were working on a mixtape called Mr. Anderson. And we had a joint on there where it was a Nicolay joint where it's like, understand. Da, 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 and Nicolay produced it. And I remember one of the guys in the group actually reached out to Nicolay on MySpace and sent him the record and was like, yo, we did this record. And he's like, yo, that's dope. He was like, I'd like to hear some more stuff, some original type stuff. And I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. This is like 2006 or 7.
I mean, you said MySpace, it kind of gave it away.
Yeah.
yeah. But that's crazy. That's back in the top the top 4 days or top 6 or
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that was. I mean, because the thing is, I remember when someone even tried to tell me about MySpace.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not doing it. It's like, no, you can get on and artists will respond and you can actually have interaction with people.
That's how I met. That's how I got familiar with Little Brother.
Yeah.
Or like online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was just like, okay, I'll try out this social media thing that's popping off.
Yeah.
You know what?
Little did you know.
The reason why I went over to Twitter was because Fonte went over to Twitter. I remember he made a MySpace post and was like, I guess I'll try this Twitter thing out.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's go see what it is. And it was-
Fonte's MySpace used to be incredible. The stuff he would type, like he did a whole like racial breakdown and about the stereotypes in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I remember. I mean, and like it sounds
sound like
crazy,
some
you know.
people
Like
do.
I remember he said, it's like, yeah, you know. He said something like, Mr. Sandman looked like a dude from Gary that could like replace a transmission with his bare hands.
He did though.
I'll fix your carburetor. I'll fix your carburetor for you.
Yeah,
Give me
so
a pack of cigarettes.
yeah, so it's
Six-pack of beer.
crazy to see like the musical evolution, technological evolution, like how you found when you tell somebody it's like, yeah, I found out about so and so on MySpace, and I went to Twitter because of
that's crazy. To
yeah,
think about.
you know, just crazy to think about where we are in the world now.
Yeah.
OK Player message board.
Oh, OK Player message board used to be in like
Yeah.
They had heat though.
well,
They
you
had
know, what's
heat.
raised crazy. This is you know they had their the not Send Space. I can't remember what the Mediafire, whatever it was, where you could share songs.
Yeah, Mediafire was one of them.
Mediafire,
Send Space
Mega
was
Mega
one.
Upload.
Mega
Mega
Upload.
upload. Yeah.
Oh, people would drop links in there.
Yeah.
You know,
I was never on the OK Player boards at that time. I was on the Stones Throw boards and the Access Hip Hop boards. Shouts to the Access.
Everybody at this
Shouts to
table,
the band folks.
everybody at this table knows how it feels to get hype about a mega upload link of an
Oh,
album
yeah,
that you
definitely.
want to hear.
It was way more safer than LimeWire and
If you
what's
knew
his name?
how to not click the bad links.
Yeah,
Bruh.
definitely.
LimeWire,
You had to know how to
Yeah.
LimeWire make
maneuver
you
through it.
mess around, make you have to cop a new computer. I'm
So,
telling
hey,
you.
want a
get
Russian
STD.
bride?
You get STD on your computer messing around with
No,
LimeWire.
you want this
LimeWire.
over here. Would you also like a Russian bride?
LimeWire have you out of some bread.
be like, okay, now how do I get rid of these 50 pop-ups?
Man.
Gordon Gartrell Radio. Yup. Terry,
Oh,
you-
yeah,
you
Gordon
got- You had
Gartrell
like a
Radio.
shirt. Gordon Gartrell.
Yeah, I remixed the Gordon Gartrell logo into a shirt.
Yeah.
No, Gordon Gartrell Radio used to be
Radio.
That's how.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I knew about podcasts. This is
Yeah.
early podcasts.
Yeah.
But I was just like, okay, whatever. But then, like, this was something I would anticipate because this was back in the day when you could put out a podcast and it was still the Wild Wild West. Like, what was it? DJ Brainchild would
Yep.
would have mixes on there.
Yep.
You know, and this is before everything they locked everything down with licensing, and your stuff would get stricken.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
a group I was in college. DJ Brainchild actually produced a record on it.
Because he's from here
He
somewhere.
went to Ball State.
Oh, for
Yeah.
real?
Yep.
What did he produce?
He did Ready for War. That's
Oh,
his
did he?
beat. Yep.
Okay. You know I'm ready for war. Shouts to Maine.
Been out in them streets. All right, man.
Kick in the 4-4.
Bars.
Yeah, man, he had some heat.
Shouts to 2001.
Man,
too.
it's a long time ago. All right, Red August, can we shout out our partners real quick, if you could, sir? Okay, he says no, so.
Thanks to our partners. Dr. Coleman of Coleman Dental is our go-to dentist. He's a longtime Indianapolis arts and music supporter located right in Broad Ripple. Printfinity is a screen printing shop based in Indianapolis, owned and operated by our own DJ Jay Diff. Our good friends at Indie CD and Vinyl operate one of the best record stores in North America. Shop new and used in their site or visit them in person. And the best way to support the New Old Heads is to visit our Patreon and become a member for as little as $3 a month. All details on newoldheads.com.
All right, we are back. Shout out to our partners as always. Shout out to the chat as well. We appreciate you.
Oh, shiggity.
Faux shiggity. All right. Getting to this third topic here. So the International Music Industry Group, IFPI, has submitted some recommendations for piracy threats for certain social media outlets. And they have listed Discord, Reddit, Telegram, and Twitter.
Hey, Reddit is the Wild Wild West.
I'm talking about
You can
wow,
find
wow.
everything you want on Reddit.
So you can on Discord too if you know where to go.
Oh yeah.
So they have listed for Discord is seen as a serious concern because there are several servers, often private, where people share pirated music.
Yep.
This also includes pre-release content that is occasionally sold through the platform. I ain't know it was like that out here on Discord. So
I don't know about that, but
I ain't either.
you don't know that part.
I mean, I'm a part of. I'm in one or two of these servers, I think.
Well, check,
But I never check them.
well, they said for Reddit, copyright infringement is a problem on Reddit too. According to IFPI, the popular social media platform is used to discuss virtually every topic imaginable. And pre-release music, piracy is no exception. This includes dedicated leak communities, so they have their own specific leak communities on Reddit.
I'm not very hip to Reddit, man.
Man,
Reddit is the wild.
Reddit is wild. Like you
Yeah.
can literally cop a folder off somebody.
Yeah.
That,
Really?
Yeah, that includes anything.
So what? These are all, and they also have listed as they have Telegram and Twitter listed as well. We just talked about the rise of social media.
I don't even know what Telegram is.
It's another
I don't
form
know
of
what
a
that is
chat
either.
type situation, link sharing type joint.
You're never going to be able to get rid of it 100%.
Nah.
That's what I was about to ask you. What do you think, even though they're trying to bring light to it, is this going to
No.
hold any weight or fix anything?
Man, they've literally
or-
been trying to get rid of pirated music for how long?
Yeah.
You're right.
Napster.
When did since Napster, and
Since,
that was Metallica,
and
and who else?
everybody.
Well, it was like a core group of people that had got together.
Well, Metallica was at the forefront. You know,
Yeah.
It was a group though.
but that was like 2000 and what?
That was
one?
that was going into '99. Yeah, that's when I was like, I think Napster was.
I was in
Yeah,
college.
about
It was
2000?
Napster.
Early 2000s.
Metallica was Napster.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was about 2000, 2001.
But then, like, even when they tried to shut, I remember there was a service called iDrive. This is really old.
I don't know iDrive.
And this is when I remember getting because for whatever reason they put Jay-Z's Volume 3 out early in Europe, and I remember getting that through iDrive, but I had to download each song individually, and this is during the dial-up days. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and start my download in the middle of the night, and nobody's going to call the house.
yeah, I remember Pirate Bay.
Oh, yeah.
I remember Piracy.
That's still a
Pirate-
thing, isn't
yeah,
it? Yeah.
You can still find a Pirate Bay out there somewhere.
Yeah. I used to have a
all
hard
they
drive
do is
of
all they do is
bazillions of
change
movies.
the what's the name, the end of it
Yeah.
to something to keep.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember, and I'm just, for everybody who's ever stolen music or video games, we're just taking you down memory lane.
Yeah, that's all this
all
is.
this
Yeah,
is.
that's
I
all
remember
this
there
is.
was this program for there was one. This is way back in the day where if you had a Mac, you were a special kind of individual. There's one dude who had a Mac in our crew in college, and he had this software called Hotline, and
I don't know that one.
My
and they-
hotline bling.
yeah,
Stop,
and they had
man.
a beta on PC. I remember that's where you could get video game ROMs, you could get songs.
Well, that's
Yeah.
back to when you could not really you couldn't give a virus to a Mac back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Macs were not
That's-
taking no viruses.
Yeah.
So
And
if
so-
you didn't even really have to know how to navigate.
Yeah.
No, so like that's when I was getting like Japanese Super Nintendo games, and
He's getting manga.
yeah, and then what manga? What's
Japanese manga.
Hentai.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Don't
no,
do that.
I know it.
Don't do that.
No, I
Don't do
wouldn't
that.
do it.
Don't do that.
This is when the hard drives were, I can only hold so many songs and so many
Right.
Super Nintendo games. And I remember like getting a rough Forgot About Dre probably about 5 or 6 months before it actually.
You was
came.
hype, wasn't you?
Oh, I was so excited, but it was such bad quality. It was incredible, but I was just happy to have it.
Does anybody remember? We used to call it Merc, but it's MIRC, where they had long codes that you had to. Obviously, you copy and paste, and then you watch your tracks come in. Once the folder is ready, you can take it, drag it down, and boom, it's right there to unzip. You don't remember that one?
MIRC?
It's called
MIRC.
We used to call it Merc. We called it
there
Merc
was
in college.
There was IRC, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about, Jay
That's
Moore?
Internet Chat
Oh,
Relay.
I know what you're talking about.
So Internet Chat Relay was historically built in games.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then MIRC was what you could do, like if you didn't have the game. It was like a standalone program that allowed you to do that stuff.
Bro, they
Or-
were pirating left and right.
Or
on
there
that
were
one.
these things called WARE sites,
that too.
WAREZ, and
Yeah.
so bad. I'm telling you all.
Y'all remember
all this,
Kazaa?
all this.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. It
Yeah.
was telling you all this because I remember if you wanted Adobe Photoshop 4,
Yeah.
because it was like $400 or
Bro,
$500.
I mean, look.
But if you
I
had
bootlegged everything.
17 floppy disks,
I was that guy.
You could
Long.
go in there and you could. Or I remember I had a zip drive. I was so happy to get this.
Yeah, I
thing.
had a zip drive.
I had a
Bruh,
zip
I
drive.
still
It could-
have a
100 megs.
I still have a bootlegged version of a photo editing program that I got from 2003. It's literally right here. That's what this is.
Yeah.
2013 or 2003.
Wow.
It's not
First of all,
Photoshop,
and you
but-
know what? Everybody who's ever done a little bit of music or recording owes a dude named Peter 𝗡𝗲𝗄𝗧𝗏.
𝗡𝗲𝗏𝗏.
Because he's the person who unlocked 𝐶oolEdit Pro.
Oh man.
And basically, that was
Never
my
used that.
That was my
I
first
use 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Pro.
using any kind of DAW, digital audio.
I used to
workstation.
sample. Now that you said that, I used to sample in to 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Pro from record players.
I used
So
to
I
use
would go-
SoundForge.
I used to go to
That's
the
what I used.
Goodwill, find the dollar bin, and I would sample into my. That's the only way I could sample in my computer. Was through 𝗡𝗏𝗏.
I remember making
So-
loops on just the Windows sound recorder.
Oh, you started making beats?
Yeah, I remember.
I
that.
could
how-
make loops. I could
Okay,
not make
okay.
beats.
That's
Calm
how
down.
that's how we started recording way back in the day. Me and Ladonis, shouts to Ladonis.
Yeah,
Just talk to him.
I definitely remember that.
I mean, we did
That
some of
Windows
the,
sound recorder was money back
Talk
in the
to
day.
him.
I mean,
Talk to him.
I remember
Nah, that's pretty trash for us, but
Brookins did.
Depends on what
I
you were trying
remember.
to do.
Did
Yes.
some pieces of the Gateway project on 𝗡𝗏𝗏 Pro.
oh wow.
Yeah.
But the thing, so Discord is kind of, for people that don't know, that's why when we kind of made our shift and brought all of our community over to Discord from Slack, I was like, yo, this is actually dope because it reminded me a lot of IRC, but like a fusion of a lot of stuff. So it's like you have all these different rooms, and as long as you know the name of the room, you can join the different rooms.
Man, the way they describe it, and it get bad in there from what they
It's
said
not
in this
all
article.
bad. I mean, it's just like you can have, look, when Discord first started, I mean, I'm sure people still do. There are servers where people will have like watch parties and they'll watch a movie.
Well, they
and
do
you can
that
join.
on what's it called? The MetaQuest now, with the Oculus.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So they have literally they have rooms where people will set up in a movie theater where you can watch movies.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man No Way Home has been on there for I don't know how long.
Word.
Wow.
You just walk in there and
But yeah.
walk into the movie.
But I mean, it's
Nice.
literally just uploading zip files. I mean, I
Ooh,
share
zip files.
I share links back and forth with, people on Discord. Not like necessarily anything like that, but
Yeah.
I mean, even in our server, we can upload stuff, So
When I read this
it's
article,
never going to go away.
yeah, I didn't.
They'll just find some way
They'll
to beat it.
They'll put pressure onto Discord to do something is what the music industry is wild.
Come on now.
So they'll put some sort of pressure on a Discord and all these little things, but I don't know how they're going to get it.
Reddit is. What you say, Terry?
It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, you
Wow for the night.
mess around and fall into the wrong section on Reddit. I'm just gonna
Might
tell
fall
you.
into the right one.
That's true though.
You might fall in the right one too, but it's a combination of.
It's just
A
one of
little
those
bit
things.
everything.
It's just one of those sects of the internet to where I feel like for my past of like being online and gaming and all that stuff, it's like I feel like it's that type of community, but I've just never jumped into it. I've just
Yeah.
never got into it.
Right.
So
Speaking of gaming,
And
this
we're
is-
older now, so we don't have that same energy and drive to
True.
be out there online like that, like we used to.
Well,
We got
you know
other
what?
things to do.
that's a good point.
You know what? A lot of these technology companies, they realize instead of just trying to stop this sort of thing, you had to make it easier for people to buy something than to steal it.
Yeah.
And like now, like say if you like, why would I steal video games when it's so easy just to buy them?
Why would I hog tie?
Yeah. Why would I? If there's one song that I really, really want, like why would I risk getting a virus on my computer or all these pop-ups
ain't
if
worth
I can just get it for 99 cents and
99
one click.
cents and 129.
Yeah, and I'm good to go. Like
Yeah.
that was the whole thing when the music industry was with Napster and all these other services. They were really trying to get toothpaste back in the tube as opposed to adapting to the changing marketplace. That's what movies I felt like got right. To where they're like, okay,
especially
we're
during
gonna
the
do
pandemic, how
on
they were
demand and all this
offering
other stuff. Yeah,
like opening
smart.
day, they would have it on either Disney Plus or HBO.
exactly.
And then people that decided they wanted to go to the movie theater that don't have that streaming platform,
Yeah.
they go to the movie theater and see it.
Yep.
But you're still getting those numbers because I'm paying for the subscription. I'm on Disney. You have to actually pay for the early
Twice.
release. So even if you have the Disney Plus, if you want to watch this right now, you got to drop $20.
Now I'm a Disney Plus person, and I remember when Black Widow came out, I got hype. I was like, yeah, and it was like, yeah, $24.99.
Yeah, if you want to watch right now,
And
or
I'm
you
like-
can wait another month and then
Yeah.
it'll be up
But
there.
you know what you think about that is, just you as an individual, a buddy of mine, he's got a wife and 2 kids. So for them to see whatever the
It's
latest
cheaper. Yeah,
Disney
no, that's
release is. He was like, if they do this model, I may never go back to the movies
because it's still cheaper
for the four of us to be able to watch a movie, and we can watch it over the course of 48 hours as opposed to just watching it that one time. We can pop our own popcorn. We can sit in front of the 70-inch TV that I have at home with my home theater system. Like, this is, I'm not mad at this model. Now you just sitting, $24 for you as an individual, but if you think about what it costs to take a family to the movies,
I'm with that.
No, I actually share my Disney Plus login with my in-laws.
I mean, that's how
and
it
they
works.
have kids.
Yeah.
So whenever one of these new movies comes out, generally they'll pay for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it'll be up there for me to watch anyway.
I think Black Widow, all jokes aside, I think it was $19.99 to see it.
Yeah, it's at least $20
Yeah.
every time.
They're
But
getting that bread.
yeah, they gonna get it regardless. And I don't know what the streaming numbers do for people's pockets, but I'm sure it's pretty good as far as movies are concerned.
I think there's still a crop of movie theater people.
No, there are.
But
people that would prefer to go to the movie theater.
But what y'all are saying makes perfect sense, especially when you put the kids into
If you
it.
told me just as an individual that I could have watched Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man, with No Way Home, for say $15,
yeah, I'm doing that.
I would have done that. I didn't want to go. Like, this is when the one variant was out here running in the streets.
Yeah.
I'd have happily paid that $15.
Omarion.
Yeah,
That's
when
when
the
he was out.
Omarion was out here, I'd have happily been able to sit in the comfort of my own home with my own drinks and snacks.
Nah, I braved it with a carload of kids.
Oh,
I had
wow.
my nieces and nephews.
You the MVP for that.
And I took them because I wanted to see it. I'm not being selfish, but
I feel you.
I wanted them to see it too. But I
Yeah.
was like, come on, let's go. So we all went and seen it, but it was a really good movie.
With that.
Yeah, so I mean, once again, it's just
And it was a lot more expensive than actually streaming it on TV, like you were saying.
There are just market conditions that are going to consistently evolve. And the thing is, at one point we talked about it in the way of commodities, gold and silver and gasoline and oil. But now really the commodities, especially when you're talking about America, one of our biggest exports is pop culture.
Entertainment,
And the thing is, there's always going to be changing conditions in how we're able to consume pop culture. And these entertainment companies are just going to have to be as fluid as anybody else who engages in commodities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well said, brother. Well
You got to
said.
adapt or get ran over.
It is what it is.
All right, man. Let's get to
Evolve or evaporate. Shout out to my guy, Ronzi. Rest in peace.
for sure. Let's go ahead and get into this last topic. Lone has done some serious research and number crunching and
No research.
I mean, not research, but labor is what I was looking for. Labor and number crunching to get our list refined to around 100. I think you also took the pie charts and analyze all that.
Yeah, I put the link in Discord. So
Okay.
if you want to pull it up.
Let me pull it up real quick. Because we've had our ongoing talks about producers and producer goats and
or I can just talk about
yeah,
it.
you can talk about it.
That's
I'll
fine.
pull it up because
All right, so the top 50,
yes.
for people that didn't know, it was like the top, you pretty much went in there and voted 1 to 10, 10 being the highest that you think they should be on this list, and 1 being you don't think they should be on this list. And then what we're going to do after we select the 100 is we're going to go through and actually rate all these based upon the criteria that we put together. So the producers in, coming number 1 was Pharrell. Now, again, these rankings don't matter because these guys are just in. But Pharrell,
Made the tournament.
0.94, Reza, 0.93 or 93%, Primo, 92%, Rick Rubin, 92%, Q-Tip,
Man, that's high for Rick.
I thought so too.
Mm-hmm.
Q-Tip, 92%, I thought that was actually kind of high too. But
Yeah, that is high for Q-Tip.
Dilla, 91, Dre, 91.
How is Q-Tip higher than Dre?
It's just
That's
that's how people voted.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Neptune's 91, and I put specifically in there, this is the accumulation of the Neptunes, so it's Pharrell and their production. No ID, 91%. Organized Noise, 90. Alchemist, 90. Madlib, 89. Pete Rock, 89. Just Blaze, 89. Prince Paul, 87.
Really?
Havoc, 87. Timbo, 87. Doom, 86, which seems a little high. Now, I will say, based upon looking at all these, it was definitely some bias by region.
Okay.
I could definitely
Okay.
tell that. Questlove 85, Ninth Wonder 85, Knots 85, Kanye 85,
Man.
DJ Quick 85, High Tech 85, Alchemist was 90, Odyssey 81, Salam Remy 80.
Salam would have been in.
Now this one was the one that seemed super high. Kev Brown was 79.
Wow.
Word. I
Yeah.
like Kev Brown, but
And I added him after the fact too, so because people were saying, but
Okay.
Muggs 79 seems a little high, but maybe not. He does have a long history. Swiss Beats 79, Bomb Squad 78. I feel like they should probably be higher. Static Selector 76, Diamond D 76, Crackmaster 75, DJ Shadow 75, LP 75, Hit Boy
Man.
75, Mike Dean 75. Exile 74, DJ Scratch 73, DJ Babu 73, Black Milk 72%. Oh no seems kind of high, but 73%. Oh, he's 73% as well, so I have him a little out. And then Easy Mo B 72% and Polo the Dawn 72%. And that's
That's the 50.
our 50.
Wow.
That's why I was like, well, we could potentially do 50, but we're cutting out a lot of people.
There's
do
a
not
lot of
agree.
meat. There's a lot of meat still left on the bone.
I do not agree with that 50.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do
Manny Fresh is
some
a great guy.
manipulations and some agitations.
Well,
to
I mean,
this list.
it's just like I don't want to say, when you leave it to the people, sometimes things just don't go right. Well, yeah, you can say that because, hey, look at our political process. But you can even take that to when American Idol would be like, hey, let's go ahead and have that guy who sings She Bang.
She bang,
And
she
And she
moves.
moves.
She
That's how I go.
moves.
not
I
to
go crazy.
everyone who voted, we appreciate you.
Yes.
We're not trying to compare you to William Hung.
Well,
Yeah, William
we
Hung.
can go over the next ones too here in a second.
I
if
feel
you
like there's
want.
going to be a lot of names in this second half that
So 51 on. So Jazzy Jeff, 72%. Evidence, 72%. Jermaine Dupri, 71.
there's one.
Buck Wild, 71. David Banner, 71. Hitman, 70.
Another.
Tyler the Creator, 69. Will I Am, 69. Flying Lotus, 69. Seems maybe a little high, but maybe not. 88 Keys, 68. Noah, 40. 68. Marco Polo, 67. Knowledge, 67. Heatmakers, 67. Battle Cat, 67. Beat Miners, 67.
Man.
Lil Jon, 66.
Wow.
Missy Elliott, 66. Pimp C, 66. Ill Mind, 66. Warren G, 66.
Wow.
DJ Toomp, 66.
Wow.
Derringer, 65. Crisis, 65. DJ Paul and Juicy J, 65%.
What is going on out
Mike
here?
Will Made It, 65. Shock G, 65. Tall Black Guy, 64. I think that's a little high for him. Rick Rock, and I love Tall Black Guy,
Right.
but Rick Rock, 64. Beats by the Pound, 64. Cool
Man.
and Dre, 64. Love Bug, 64. Cook and Soul, 63. Zaytoven, 63. Jazzy Faye, 62. Boy Wonder, 62. Dottie Red, 62. Metro Boomin, 62. Denon Porter, 61.
Man.
DJ Mustard, 61. Rock Marcy, 61. Adrian Young, 61. Lex Luger, 60. The Runners, 60. Daz Dillinger, super low at 60. Ant Bake, super low at 60. Apollo Brown, 60. Big Crit, 59. 𝐀𝐁𝐿, 59. And DJ Khalil, 59%. And that's the top
That's
100. So here are the ones that didn't make it. Yeah, Just Blaze is in there. I think he's like 89%.
Yeah. Better be.
So we didn't mention Bink. Bink is actually 58%. I think
don't understand.
so. That's
that.
definitely got to be an executive decision because Bink has got to be in there somewhere.
Agreed.
KG, 58%. Harry Fraud, 58%. Arab Music, 58%. Ant from Atmosphere, 58%. Bangladesh, 58%. Drumma Boy, 57. Chuck English, 57. Eminem, 56. Larry Smith, 56.
Wow.
They just, I think they're just hating on it because his name is Larry Smith.
Probably.
I'm sure they don't even know who Larry
They
Smith
might not
is.
know who he is.
No, clearly they don't.
So right now we got Bink and Larry Smith as two
Two,
executive
I think those two.
decisions. Okay.
Yeah. Necro, 55, Soundwave 55, 14
How is
KT.
Soundwave 55?
They don't know who he
54.
is.
They don't know who he is. Bad. Not, and again, this is only, I feel like the more people we would have on this, which is why we were trying to get more people on it. But I don't know. At the same time, like a lot of the one, we're saying like all these people are low, but at the same time, like
The people in the top 50, a lot of them, it makes sense.
a lot of those guys, I mean,
A lot of them make sense, but a lot of them don't.
Well,
I mean,
that's
'cause
where I'm
when
at
you
with
say
it.
There's-
top 50 and you're not including who was I can't remember who he said.
It got real thin after that.
But even
first
Beats
10
by
or
the
20
Pound should be in the top 50.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think.
yeah, for
I
sure.
agree with that.
Bad, Not Good, 14
Jermaine
KT.
Dupri should be in the top 50.
Yeah,
That's another one.
14 KT, Bad, Not Good, 54%. Focus, 54%. Young Chop, 52.
Focus is
Trackster,
dope.
Legendary Tractors, 52. London on the Track, 52. Cardo, 52. DJ Dahi, 51. J.E., 51. DJ Unique, 49. Kenny Beats, 46. No, 43. And Corey Mo, 42. Now, there are 6 others that got mentioned kind of in our comments that didn't get added to the thing, which is 808 Mafia, DR Period, The Beatnuts, Dan the Automator, Rock Wilder, and Ski Beats. And out of all those, I think probably Ski Beats should probably be an executive decision.
Yeah,
Ski,
definitely.
I'm in for Ski Beats. Yeah, I'm in for Ski Beats. Ski Beats, Bink,
Maybe and Larry Smith.
Larry Smith.
I think those 3 definitely.
Got to put them in 100. This is interesting, though. I mean, let
see.
the people speak. So they spoke, but some of these.
We got to put some Lowrys in here because this can't be like the Dilla list where there was no meat and potatoes on that list. It
That's a good
was
point.
pretty much it was a surface list. So
Yeah.
you have to kind of do your job as somewhat of a hip hop historian to include them and show what they produce.
We provide. We always not provide, but we always pride ourselves on, having legit lists whenever we do this. So we
Authenticity.
can't. We can't be out here with a suspect list. So it's going to take some retooling. We might have to move a couple things around, but
I mean, this is a good start. But
it's a good start.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is I think a lot of it's very right, but there's just certain things where like we can't leave Larry Smith off.
Nah, like Bink when Lone said Bink, that's the first thing that jumped out to me was there's no way Bink is not in the
And
top
Q-Tip
100.
as a producer is
that's
not
high.
a top 50 producer. I mean, granted, I think he should be in the running as far as being on this list as a whole
Okay.
and being able to be voted upon. But where he's ranked at from these
Surveys.
from the survey, nah,
They had him at like a 93%, I think.
not producer wise.
And he was up there with Primo and
But he's a name, so
yeah.
I mean,
but like we'll obviously we'll get a chance to do a deep dive into discographies and production discographies and stuff like that. Q-Tip got a lot of heat, but
He does,
to
but
Terry's
there's
point,
not enough.
to be that high, I agree with that. To be in them high 90s, even if you did do the majority of it, come on, that's the dudes that we talking about. That's a little bit different. So I can rock with that. I understand that.
Because they got him higher than Dre.
Come on now. Off that alone, we know we got to make some adjustment.
even if you're like, oh, Dre don't be doing it. Look,
Come on, man.
when Jay was really,
Yeah, when he was doing it,
you
he
got to
still.
think he basically did with Yellow. I'm not going to take nothing away from Yellow.
Thank you.
But Strata Compton and Easy Does It.
Yeah.
And then Michelle Lay, then basically like some of his most underrated production. I mean, I won't say
DLC.
the DLC, but no,
Thank you.
What he did for Above the Law's first album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, it was Dr. Dre's Tree.
yeah,
that
so
performed
he
at the Super
basically
Bowl.
did that whole. He did basically all of Above the Law's first album.
Yeah.
So.
So we'll definitely have to make some adjustments and some tweaks. This is like
No,
Jay Moore said.
Puff Daddy did not make the list.
So somebody asked about that in the chat.
Nah, he's
I mean, but
the Hitmen did.
As they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Khaled is not on the list.
I mean, maybe
Is he on there?
Hitman or Khaled? No, DJ Khaled would no.
no,
Okay.
Hitman is Stevie
Stevie
J,
J.
Nasheem Mahir,
D-Dot.
yeah.
They laced them too. They had heat.
Nobody else.
Kanye was doing ghost production for D-Dot on the low too.
Yeah. DOC actually got his acting credentials going on the latest episode of that Lakers show.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just with this being said, real quick, if we add Bink, Larry Smith, and Ski Beats, we got to drop 3 people.
Oh, we can find 3.
So what 3 do we think we should probably drop?
I mean, I got to look at him.
Yeah, we can find.
You know it's bad. Q-tip.
I can't see
Don't.
that.
No, Jay Moore, we can't do that.
He's
man.
too high.
He's way
That's
too
different
high.
from dropping.
But I
him,
mean,
though.
but like people voted him too high too.
Yeah.
Like since he's a 92, like I feel like that's weird to cut somebody that
Yeah, you can't.
We gotta
you can't
cut-
cut him because
we got to
he's-
cut somebody like on the low hand side here. Like
70s.
Mike can scroll down on that over there to like yeah, scroll down.
See if he knows how to scroll. There he does.
Nah, we got to go all the way down to the yeah. So it's gonna be the second gray, the second green. Yeah, go
Well, or not. Let's see if he knows how to scroll. There we go.
scroll up just until the green. Yeah, right there.
Jay
Yeah,
Moore, you the
in there.
closest to the.
Oh, I guess I did make it super small,
Yeah,
didn't
you
I?
closest to the screen.
Hold
'cause,
on, let me make it. I think I can make it big on here.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go, Lone. Now I can read that.
Yeah.
Now
all
we
right.
cooking with fire.
So we got to pick 3 to fall off.
I think if we go down at the bottom. So, all right. Now I've already kind of thought about this a little bit. I think probably DJ Khalil, who's at the bottom. I think we could probably cut him.
He's dope, but I ain't mad at that.
And I think we had just some bias in the fact that we know him. But I don't think Tall Black Guy has enough material.
I'm not mad at that. Yeah,
Are
I
we
can respect that.
We really want to keep Crit.
See, and I thought Crit
Yeah.
was too high too.
Crit is
Those would be my 3.
Crit is dope.
Or maybe 𝐀𝐁𝐿.
Crit or 𝐀𝐁𝐿 actually. I mean,
Yeah.
because 𝐀𝐁𝐿 is more of a. He's a very dope producer, but when it comes to hip hop, his catalog isn't that huge.
And that
Yeah,
we have
that's
to
what I
keep
mean.
that in mind when we were talking about this. Not a
And
because-
Crit produces for himself.
yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, and he's produced for a couple other people,
Yeah, a
but
few.
But the majority of his heat is in house.
I think I would probably cut
𝐀𝐁𝐿,
Tall Black Guy, and
because there's so many
Either-
people that are
either-
dope, but we
yeah.
got to keep it. We got to keep it as it relates to hip hop.
either Khalil or
Khalil is I personally am a huge fan, but I understand given what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. You know, I'm not mad at that.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm a Crit fan, but I can see him being cut.
I can too.
Yeah,
I can
definitely.
too.
I mean,
Would you rather keep Crit or Khalil? Do you think for this list?
I mean, Crit is
He's only pretty much produces for
for
himself.
himself, so
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Khalil's a lot of his stuff is being a part of that Dre team too with his production. He's one of the guys that really does.
What about the Runners? I mean, I know they did some records, but do they really have a lot?
They had a run, but the run wasn't like that. They had the I'm So Hood run, like when that was popping off. It was like that, but I don't know if they have. I can't say they
I
have
would
the catalog.
honestly, I'd take the runners off.
Yeah, I'm not mad at taking them off. I don't think it would do.
And the other
Thank
two
you.
was like Rock Marcy and Adrian Young.
Rock Marcy, he does majority of his own stuff.
That's what
too,
I mean. And
right?
it's only loops a lot of times.
Yeah, you could take it. I'll have no problem taking him off,
Adrian, I don't know because he did all that stuff with Ghost. and-
Ghostface.
which was fire.
I think
he's had a lot of really nice projects.
get the Runners out of here. All right. The Runners are gone.
Well, let the people speak.
All right. Let's add definitely Larry Smith should be above the Runners.
I don't want Jay Moore to tear one of these lights down in here if Larry Smith ain't on there. So
So I mean, that's
He
just,
said Jerry Smith.
Jerry Smith,
it's like-
his brother
a pie.
Jerry,
Jerry
and Larry.
definitely doesn't deserve to be on this list.
What about so those are so that's 2. 𝐀𝐁𝐿, Runners.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
We said Crit.
Crit.
Was it Crit? Yeah.
Crit.
Uh,
Crit or Tall Black Guy or Khalil or Rock Marcy. Out of those 4, which one do you think we should probably?
Who
Tall
else
Black
didn't
Guy.
make it?
Like I said, provided
Yeah.
great moments for the last trees, but
yeah, he's dope. It's just
KG, Harry Fraud, Drumma Boy, Eminem, Chuck English, Soundwave,
Soundwave,
I
I think,
think
should make
KG.
it.
Soundwave could easily.
Cardo.
I would say the Beat Nuts.
You think? Do they have enough though?
They've been very, very, very quiet
Yeah.
for a long time, and they're not a pioneer like Larry Smith.
True.
Okay, then I KG. At one point, KG had all the joints by Naughty. He had
Okay.
John A.
So who would
He
we
was
cut
doing-
KG for?
But that was more. He got in his R&B bag though. That's the whole thing.
See, that's the whole thing. Is
Yeah,
hip hop?
Because even
Okay.
with the Lucy Pearl.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't him with Lucy Pearl. That was
Ali
Ali
Shaheed.
Shaheed.
So do we want to cut? Well, one, we need the third. So do we want to do Crit and
So we got Crit.
tall black guy, potentially DJ Khalil
Yeah.
and Rock Marcy?
I'm with that.
So-
That's 4 that we would cut, right?
Yeah, so that would mean that we would those are the 4 left.
The 4 left. Okay, we have to choose.
We have to choose one. We have to choose one that Ski Beats is going to, which could
Yeah,
be
Ski Beats got to be in there.
for any of these guys,
Yeah,
really.
Ski Beats got to be in there.
I don't know.
You already took the
Votes.
runners off.
Yeah, runners are out. 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐃 off.
Put Ski Beats in for Rock Mars.
Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
I'm not mad
that's
at that. Yeah, put Ski Beats in for Rock Mars.
Okay, Marcy. Bye, Rock Marcy. All right, and then is there any like if we scroll down even further, Mike, like to the white areas?
See if he can do it. There he is.
Do we want to replace any of these people? You know, do any of them
Throw him into the 100.
Yeah.
I love
for Crit and or for Khalil and or for Tall Black Guy, or
I just don't see how sound is not on there.
we can put him in there.
Yeah,
if you think.
based off his Kendrick work and TDE work, I just
All right. So
I think he need to be in there.
who we gonna drop for him?
Names we just said.
Roll back up. It's either Crit, Khalil, Tall Black Guy, Adrian Young.
What does the chat say?
The chat
Keep Crit and get Cooking Soul out of here. KG was big on Jaheim and Next Front.
R&B.
Any other suggestions from the chat? This is your time to shine.
Give us something now.
I'm gonna let Mike scroll back and forth so people
Cooking
see.
Soul.
see if he can
Cooking
do it.
Soul is more
More remixy.
remix R&B ish vibe. It's not really hip hop.
Nah, it is.
It is,
It
but
is,
it's
but
not.
it ain't like.
He works with a lot of underground artists. I would say he probably works
They
with.
got multiple waves though.
But I don't think Metro. I don't think Cooking Soul should leave. I think we should leave it at who we already picked that should leave.
I guess the real question is there anybody else? Oh, we have to pick somebody for Soundwave to. Khalil, Crit, Adrian Young.
Khalil is just as dope as he is. I know he.
All right, Khalil it is.
Yeah, Khalil. Yeah,
It's a new decision.
yeah, Khalil.
All right, so I
That
think
boy got
that's
heat though.
Drummer Boy. No, 14KT. I think 14KT's done more work than Tall Black Guy, hasn't he?
For rap.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? Like,
Because
I know they're homies.
Tall Black Guys is his vibe, his wave has always been instrumental
That's
and
what I mean.
remixes and all that.
Yeah.
He'll have, multiple
So-
bags. Yeah. I can see that. I
And,
can see
and
that.
14KT also does.
They're similar,
jazzy
actually.
Stuff. They're super similar.
Yeah, they're similar actually, but if we're gonna go rap, because that's what we're doing in hip hop, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
I guess the question is, do we need 14KT on this list? Do you think he belongs on the list?
A necessity? I wouldn't say it would be a necessity for the list. I think if you're gonna, there's probably somebody else if we want to go that route.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody we picked has their place on this list.
Facts.
Even the ones that aren't making the final cut.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say. And then with them being two producers kind of in the same realm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You gotta take that in consideration too. Good point.
So just leave him.
Man, this is
Trackster is low. Cardo's super low to me too, because I feel like he's done a lot in the last few years.
Baxter. Yes.
I mean, he's got a lot of Chicago stuff. Does he have anything behind besides Chicago stuff though?
Yeah. That Chicago stuff is really good.
Do we want to swap him with somebody like Crit? Does Trackster belong more than Crit?
I'll take Traxxer. What you say?
Over who? I need
Oh,
like
over.
I need,
I'm just throwing him on the list. Do Traxxer for Crit.
Traxxer for Crit. Does anybody disagree with that?
No, I wasn't super high on Crit, so
Let's do Traxxer for Crit.
All right, that works. All right, so I think that's the list, I guess. I feel like Adrian Young though. Like he's only got the only stuff he's done is like with Ghostface though, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, he has some other stuff, but it's not really in the realm of hip hop.
I feel like somebody like Ant or Harry Fraud should be on before him.
Harry Fraud got heat.
Harry Fraud's got a lot of rap records.
He does, and they're good.
I'm gonna go ahead and just make that decision.
Okay, I'm not mad at it.
That's a decent swap, actually.
And I like Adrian Young, but
Yeah.
I guess we're just gonna roll with it, huh?
That's it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, we probably went over, so I'll have to do some editing, but cool.
All right, then. As always, we appreciate the chat. Thank y'all for the support. NewOldHeads.com, all the education you need to share for everything New Old Heads. We appreciate the support as always. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
In a minute.